Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday to you. Jacob is here again, and so are you. Thank you for pressing play. And I hope you're ready for this really controversial topic, something that needs to be talked about. Started putting all the pieces of this together about 2 years ago. Remember we were talking about all those Walmart closures where everybody thought that they were like FEMA death camps and it was getting ready for martial law? Even Snopes came out and they said, no, it's not. There's a problem with plumbing. Well, one of those Walmarts happened to be in Brownsville, Texas. This very same Walmart that was closed for plumbing problems. Turns out that's the one that's being used with all of these detention centers. Casa Padre. That's right, where the senator, he went and live streamed.
Citizens are funding this operation. And so every American citizen has a stake in how these children are being treated. Oh, yes, can I go in with you, please?
No, sir, you're not going with me.
Oh.
You cannot be through private property.
And let me introduce myself. I'm Senator Jeff Merkley from Congress. And my team contacted this facility and asked for permission for me to come and see what is going on inside with these children.
Well, we don't have any permission on that, so I'm going to have to ask you to step away, sir.
And what was your name again, sir? I'm sorry, Senator Jeff Merkley. U.S. Senator Jeff Merkley. Yes.
How do you spell it? I don't want to misspell it.
Yes. And I've now been asked to leave the property. Unfortunately, when the supervisor came out, he didn't want to hold a conversation. He referred us back to the very organization that they contract for. So as of this moment, to the best of our knowledge, since this change in policy, since this new policy of children being ripped out of their parents' arms, while people are awaiting adjudication for asylum because of the tragic circumstances they've gone through abroad, so far as we know, no member of Congress has been allowed to actually see what's going on with this program.
And all the news stations soon picked up on it about how this senator went there and tried to go and get a little tour of the building, and they escorted him off with the police.
And so many people have been asking what happens to those children once they're separated from their parents. Well, they're brought here to a facility where they're taken care of by the federal government. This is as far as our cameras are allowed to go. You can see it says keep out private property, and this facility is so big it used to be a Walmart supercenter. And this is what it looks like inside. This footage shot by the Department of Health and Human Services during a tour we took of the facility. This mega shelter is nearly at capacity, close to 1,500 boys, 10 to 17 years old. Since May, nearly 700 children have been separated from their parents. At this facility in Brownsville, children are allowed 2 calls a week and are allowed outside only 2 hours a day.
We're going to talk about the coincidence that how all of these Walmarts shut down a couple of years ago before this policy was put into place. And we're going to ask the question, was this part of the plan? And then we're going to take it a step further and we're going to say, if we can just separate children from their families, children from their parents, young children, we can just, put them in a place where, they get to play foosball and watch Moana, because they got it all spiced up and ready to go. And then they invited the press in. Meanwhile, these children are on little cots on the ground, little foil blankets. I know a lot of people are going to say things like, oh, well, it's probably better than where they were before. Well, probably is. That's why they were seeking amnesty. I'm not taking a stance either way on this, but I'm telling you, if you don't think that this is a sign of the times, if you don't think that this is something that we need to talk about, then you simply aren't paying attention. So I hope you're buckled up, because today's show is not what you think.
¿De dónde son ustedes? ¿Y tú?
Guatemala.
No llores. Vas a llegar con... Mira, ella te va a explicar y te va a ayudar. ¿Cierto?
¿Me va a pasar con su consulado? Papá. Mi tía para que me venga a recoger y después para que llegue mi mami lo más pronto posible. Primero con papá. Primero con papá.
Thanks for sticking around. I know that this is a hot button topic, and I know, and that's actually why I'm talking about this, because it was programmed to be that way. So programmed that some people right now, listening to the things that I'm saying, they're going to have a million excuses on why this is okay. All right. And other people are going to say they're going to have a million reasons on why it's not okay. Okay, I get it. I understand it. That's part of the plan. Keep everybody so divided that nobody can come together and, simply do the right thing. Let's talk about Jeff Sessions, Mr. Christian. I know something about Christians, okay? I know something about it because I'm definitely a man of faith. And I'll tell you one thing. I don't understand how any man can quote scripture and find a way to justify ripping children who are in terrible situations to begin with, that are going through a horrible time to begin with. Children, I don't care if their parents are the worst people on the planet. We're talking about children and ripping them from their parents, many of whom, by the way, are not bad people.
You violate the law, you subject yourself to prosecution. And I would cite you to the Apostle Paul and his clear and wise command in Romans 13 to obey the laws of the government, because God has ordained the government for his purposes.
There are people that are just trying to get to safety because the drugs and the cartels and all the nonsense and all the terrorism and all the baloney that they have to deal with on a regular basis. They think that this place is a place of freedom for them. So they come and they line up, and then what happens is our government's then ripping them away, and they're putting all these children in this one place. But there are a bunch of these places. So the question becomes, was this part of the plan? A while ago, when all those Walmart closes and nobody understood why, and everybody said that FEMA had something to do with it. Is it possible? Do you think it's possible that there was some kind of a deal worked out with the owners of Walmart and the government, so that because of course the billionaires, they run everything to begin with. So do you think that maybe this was all part of the plan? And do you think that this could be a problem? Do you think that we're a couple of years away, if we say nothing about it being okay to rip children from their parents, right? And that there's not a better way to handle this. If we say it's okay, how much longer is it going to be before we say it's okay to throw somebody like me in here because you may disagree with me, all right? Dissenters, terrorists, all the labels and all the nonsense. We've gotten to a point, people, where we got to wake up. Now, listen, I have children. I have a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 14-year-old. And thank God that I live in this country, and I'm grateful because I don't have to worry about this stuff. Okay? And I am not one of those people that's going to say, everybody should just go buck wild, go wherever they want. I believe that everybody should live by the rule of the law. But there is a fair and a just way and a kind way and a compassionate way to carry out that law.
Shelter is just behind me. If it looks like a Walmart, that's because that's what it used to be. It now houses boys from the ages of 10 to 17 years old. They spend 22 hours a day inside of that facility. And for the first time, we were part of a small group of journalists allowed inside. What we saw, they are nearing capacity, and space is now running out.
Mi tía para que me venga a recoger y después para que llegue mi mami lo más pronto posible. Primero con papá.
Even one of the president's biggest supporters breaking with him, evangelist Franklin Graham.
I think it's disgraceful. It's terrible to see families ripped apart, and I don't support that one bit.
Think that they wouldn't let that senator go. And a senator, just to have him take a little walk around, just to see if everything's okay. You're telling me that's a problem? To get escorted off the campus? These are children. I know that they're not children from our country, but I don't know if you've ever had a problem with the state But I know people that have had a problem with the state where the state have come in and taken the children based on this or based on that. And then it all turns out to be a bunch of nonsense. We can't let this stuff happen. We got to do the right thing. We got to think about doing the right thing. The only way to peace and prosperity is through love. And if you're not operating in love and you don't love your fellow man, and you think that it's okay to just take people that have been in this terrible position and just rip them from their family and then just basically lock them in a cage. A gilded cage is a cage, no matter how you look at it. I'm sorry, but these children aren't allowed to just go and take a walk down the street. And they're probably not allowed to go back to their country without proper documentation and everything being done the way it is. So maybe these Walmarts were shut down for a reason. And if that's the case, then this has been a thing that's been going on, and it's not just about Donald Trump. So if you really think that this is all about Donald Trump and you want to blame Trump and you want to blame Sessions, you don't think that it has something to do with the people that are actually offering the place to put the kids up. You got another thing coming. In any event, I got to go. I love each and every one of you. Please do pray for Danielle. I had to pick her up at work and take her to the hospital, and we're going to find out what's going on right now. And I thank each and every one of you for what you're doing, and I hope that you hold your kids tight, because you never know. If things get bad here and you're trying to get into Canada, they may just rip your kids away, right? That wouldn't be nice. Put yourselves in other people's shoes, people. I love each and every one of you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.